All right, guys, today we're going to be reading Cool Crayfish, and this is a description text structure. So we started description yesterday, and so today we're going to practice description text structure again. Crayfish are aquatic crustaceans. Like other crustaceans, such as shrimp and crabs, they don't have bones. In fact, their soft body is covered in a hard shell called an exoskeleton. Averaging 2 to 6 inches in length, crayfish look like small lobsters. They live in fresh water, streams, and swamps, not the ocean, and have good underwater vision. On top of its head, the crayfish sensory antenna touch, taste, and smell their surroundings. Their 2 front claws help defend a crayfish from predators. Behind the claws are 4 pairs of walking legs and a sturdy tail that fans out at the end. If a crayfish loses a claw or leg, it can grow its limb back. One interesting characteristic of crayfish is they can only walk forwards, not backward or sideways. When walking, the first 3 pairs of legs pull them forward, while their 4th pair pushes them onward. Oppositely, crayfish swim backwards, curling its tail up under its body and then thrusting it back out propels the crayfish backward through the water. Swimming backward is the primary way crayfish escape predators. On average, their lifespan of crayfish is 2 to 3 years. As a crayfish grows, it sheds its exoskeleton and grows a new one. This shedding process is known as molting. A crayfish typically molts 9 to 15 times during its life. In addition, when a crayfish molts, it also changes color. For example, a mossy green crayfish may turn bright orange or red. A reddish-brown crayfish might molt into purple. Diet, water, exposure to light, and changing seasons can influence a crayfish's tone. Now, if I go to my notes and I look at description, description has describing words. And it helps the reader by an author shows characteristics or details about something. So it gives us information. So if I look, this whole story in the middle tells the main idea. And the main idea that we're learning about is crayfish. In these boxes around it, if I read the directions, it will tell me exactly what to do. Read the passage, Cool Crayfish. Fill in each box with a detail about the topic. So I'm going to go back into the text and simply just put some information in there. Now I'm going to give you a couple of them to kind of help show you what I do, but then you're going to do the other 3. So I'm going to do half of them. 3/6, so 3 out of 6, and you're going to do the other 6, or the other 3, I'm sorry. So I want to tell about they average about 2 to 6 inches in length, and I can put in the same box, they look like lobsters, small lobsters. So I highlight it, so go ahead and highlight it. And then I'm going to take that and I'm going to write it on the back. And I can change the wording a little bit, and I'm going to use my neatest handwriting. They average to be 2 to 6 inches in length. Look like small lobsters. Now, please make sure that your handwriting is nice and neat. If you need to pause the video to write this, go ahead and do so. The next box, I'm just looking for things that are describing the crayfish. One interesting characteristic is they can only walk forwards. So I'm going to highlight that. They cannot go backwards or sideways. So go ahead and highlight that. And I'm just gonna put they can only walk forwards. Okay, forward. They cannot walk backwards or sideways. I don't have to put that because I'm highlighting it into the text. That's okay. So I'm going to write that information there. The last one I'm going to do. I'm going to do the average lifespan of crayfish is 2 to 3 years. So go ahead and highlight that. And obviously, if you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. But I'm going to go ahead and write that on the back. And I'm going to use my neatest handwriting. The average lifespan is 2 to 3 years. Okay, so if you need to pause the video here to make sure you have all of that done, go ahead. I want you to highlight, go back into the text and highlight, and then also write 3 more details that are describing crayfish. Give me more details. Keywords and phrases from the passage that show text structure description. So remember, they're describing words. And so one of them, I'm going to underline it. So here's one. Small. That's a describing word. So I can flip this over and write small. Okay. So I want you to underline the describing words. Highlight the parts that go into each of the descriptions. And then the last part, I've already told you this answer. I told you that at the beginning of the video. The author's purpose for writing this passage. And I've already told you that. So if you don't remember what the author's purpose was, then you need to go back and listen to the very beginning of the video. And you need to write either to persuade, inform, or entertain. Just like we've done in all the other ones. Once you're done, please put your name at the top. And today, let's see if you were listening. I want you to color the crayfish, just color on top of it. I want you to color it pink. So if I know that you're listening, you're going to color the crayfish pink. So I know if you've gone to the whole video, because I know that you would have colored this pink. All right, good luck.